Hi, good morning. Let's talk about literacy. Literacy. When I say literacy, there are different aspects or there are different elements or components that's involved with literacy. We have phonology, morphology, syntax, pragmatics, and semantics that's involved with literacy. Now, what is phonology? When we talk about phonology, it is the sounds of speech and language. Now, some examples of phonology could include rhyming words and how sounds such as how the S makes the Z sound at the end of some words. But why is phonology important in literacy? Knowing the sounds of letters and words, it is important to know how sounds are used. Now, some instructional strategies we could use with phonology could be clapping your hands to count the syllables. You can even change letters to make different words. Those are different things that you can do with phonology. Let's look at morphology. Morphology involves how words are formed in language. Some examples of morphology includes prefixes, suffixes, adding parts at the beginning and ending of words to create new meaning. There are so many different things that we could say about morphology. And when we look at how important it is to literacy, it's important because it helps us to comprehend it for reading comprehension when we know the meaning of words. Now, some instructional strategies we could use for morphology could be used by completing graphic organizers and even included with word searches. What about syntax? We all know about syntax. Syntax are the rules in how we use words and phrases in a sentence. Examples of syntax could include complex sentences, compound sentences, as well as simple sentences. Now, why is syntax important? Syntax is important. It shows us how to arrange words in a sentence. Some instructional strategies we could use could be for syntax is real-world examples and combine the sentences into syntax. We can also do a word jumble, whereas we organize a sentence using the correct wording by just jumbling, mixing words together for students to make sentences. Let's look at semantics. Semantics involves the meaning of words. Some examples of semantics could be figurative language, the context of a word, multiple meanings of a word, because words have different meanings, and it depends on what context you use it in, will display that meaning. Now, why is semantics important in literacy? Semantics helps us to communicate effectively, and we're able to comprehend or understand what that word means or what we're reading. Some instructional strategies could be giving visual representations of that word. You can always use a picture to represent that word. And we can also create sentences using that word to help us to understand it a little bit better. Now, lastly, I want to talk to you about pragmatics. Pragmatics. Now, pragmatics goes beyond the literal meaning of the word. You have to know how to read between the lines. It involves reading between the lines and understanding the implied meaning from the writer. What is the writer saying? Why is pragmatics important to literacy? Pragmatics is important in literacy for reading comprehension and enhancing our writing skills. If we understand what the writer is saying and what they mean by those things, then we're able to be strong readers. We reading with our reading comprehension, and we're able to be strong writers as well. Now, some examples of pragmatics could be taking turns in communicating in a conversation, just a simple conversation, even modeling, role playing, participating in group activities. Also, some instructional strategies for pragmatics should also include active listening, knowing what that person is saying, effective communication, and also allowing students to learn from each other through collaborative learning. They can learn different aspects, different opinions or different perspectives just by listening to each other. And those are the components of literacy.